God blessings everybody, this is the Gaming Christian with yet again another video for you guys, and this time I want to show you guys my PC collection. And before I go on, this is purely all the PC games I have from, let me just put my, all the PC games I have, from MS-DOS games to CD games to boxed, with the, like this. Oh, I already showed you SimCity. Whoa, great. So I'm going to show you every form I could think of. First I'm going to show you my, this PC collection. And this, with the standard. Then I'm going to show you my overall. And then I'm going to show you my overall collection. But we'll see to it there's no real line in this kind of thing. So please guys, enjoy, click away if you want. You're more than welcome to click away, but if you're here to stay, then thank you so much for staying. First up we have Caesar 3. Yes. I don't know, I haven't played this game too much. I got this as a gift from my grandpa. He had a whole bunch of PC games lying around and this was one of them. And I would say the game is kind of fun to put in my collection. So, yeah. I have always a section where I have my official collection in my bedroom, but sometimes games go to different pile, and I will tell you that once we come to that pile. So we'll get to it, but this is part of really my official collection of the PC games in this kind of disc case. Next up is a huge classic. It's Duke Nukem 3D. And it's in a case, and that's it. There's no, only the CD is in there. And since I want the, the boxed one, like this, I won't complain because I got this as a gift. I got this for free. So why am I going to complain? It's Duke Nukem 3D for the PC. It's the official CD, so the official game, not the official package, but I'm not going to complain. I love it. I love Duke Nukem 3D. Yes. Another classic point-and-click adventure is Full Throttle. Yes. This game has cartoony graphics. It works on my Windows 98 laptop. So I'm going to do a playthrough of this game. I can't really record with my laptop. It's rather difficult. But we're going to do that one day, and for now I'm going to show you that I have the game in my PC collection. Full Throttle. Next up is another classic. This is Grand Prix 2. Who doesn't know this game? This game is amazing. This game is excellent. And when this game came out, people were saying that this couldn't be any more beautiful. This couldn't be any more good. Grand Prix 2, people. So yeah. Next up is a personal favorite of mine. This is Ontdekkingsreizigers. That's Dutch. It's actually Discoverers. I'm sorry, my English isn't that good. I'm really sorry. Educational CD-ROM. You can actually follow the path of Colombo, Fernando. Sorry, I don't know his first name. Sorry about that. Cortez and Machelhaas. Those three are the biggest, discoverers. How do you say that in English? Please type down in the comments, please. So yeah, this is Discoverers, Ontdekkingsreizigers. And it's an educational CD, like I've already said. By the way, this is a personal favorite of mine. This would definitely make my personal top 100. Another game that I had not too long ago is Phantasmagoria 2. This game is another controversial game. Yeah, this is a full FMV game. Okay, I'm not going to use the word technically, but this game is technically terrible. But I like it. But it's there's really a lot of mature content in it, and it's I don't know. I just play the game because personally, I have to tell you something. Personally, I like FMV games because of its charm, its own FMV charm. I know technically they are terrible, but personally, I really like FMV games because they are so corny, so cheesy, but I love them all the way. And yeah, but the acting in this game isn't really all that bad compared to some other FMV games. So still fun. I really enjoy myself, and I really enjoy FMV games because they are corny, and I really can't explain. I just like them. Next up is another point-and-click adventure. You know, a classic-style point-and-click adventure like... do I have... Oh, no, I still haven't seen a point-and-click adventure. Like Full Throttle, the standard point-and-click adventure. This is Pink Panther Paspoort naar Avontuur. It's Dutch. It's also spoken in Dutch. It's also dubbed in Dutch. Sorry, how do you say that? Dubbed? Subbed? I don't know. I think dubbed, yeah. I think this is dubbed in Dutch with the famous voice actors. Carlo Boszhard, if you're from Holland, you already know who that guy is, of course. And he did the voice for the Pink Panther himself. I don't know what the official English name is, but this is also a huge favorite of mine. When I was a kid, I played the crap out of this game. And I even finished it because there are some puzzles to be found, but you can also teach something about the world. It's your typical point-and-click adventures with very much cartoony graphics. I'm going to show you that. You see, cartoony graphics. Yes. And you need to combine stuff. It's not a hard game, but it is just so much fun to play, and it's a personal favorite of mine. Next up is a game I haven't played I haven't played yet. It's Knight's Chase. When I played it, it had kind of awkward controls for me. Maybe one day I should give it a try. It's a very old PC game. This game comes from 1995. Yeah, it's a very old Windows 95 PC game. And I've tried this game out. Maybe the game could be fun if I would play with a walkthrough. I like playing with a walkthrough in most video games, and this game is no exception. But I haven't played too many. I haven't played it too many. Knight's Chase for the PC. Yeah, this is a. This might be a good game. I think it is a good game technically, but you know. Oh. Next up is, if you are a gamer that likes classic shooters, you have to know this game. Unreal. It's the original Unreal. It is the shooter that brought his own engine with him. But for the rest, I don't really know why this game is so special. But the game was just good overall. When the game came out, it was just a extremely good game. And you know, it had some pretty nice level design. I really haven't played the game all that much. You know, when I was a kid, I played it at school, but that's it. But what I do know is that this game is pronounced one of the best games ever. No, that's not entirely true. It's like Saints Row. Saints Row is not as good as GTA, but it's still very good. This is the same kind of thing. It's still not Half-Life, but it's still very good. I don't want to compare it to Half-Life, but you know what I mean, right? Unreal is just a great game. This is another crappy FMV game. It's Urban Runner. I've played it from my Windows 98 laptop. It worked. But yeah, this is Urban Runner. This is a pretty old one. This is from 1996. And I can't really remember when I stopped making FMV games, because in the 90s there was a lot of FMV games, and the problem is real movie images and gameplay in one, it doesn't really work. And Urban Runner is one of those games that really proves it. But Sierra, who made a lot of FMV games, still wanted to keep going. And I personally enjoyed this game, but the thing is, there's a timed. This game is timed. You have to make choices really fast, and sometimes you're too late. And it's kind of silly. I guess you could say the game is kind of silly. But I enjoyed this game. I really enjoyed this game because it's an FMV game. Like I said, I'm a really huge fan of FMV games. Okay, next up is the normal cases of my collection. This is American McG Ellis. Ooh, it's dusty. It's very dusty. This is American McG Ellis. And, I don't know. It's like, Alice in Wonderland, but then dark. And the game looks great for its time. It had great gameplay. It was a very good game when it came out. Another game who is a favorite of mine for the Super Nintendo. I played a ROM for my Super Nintendo on the PC, you know, as a emulator. This is the PC version of Another World, the 15th anniversary edition, and you get 2 CDs. One has the game, and the other one has music on it. So that's actually pretty cool. And of course there's a user manual, but I don't really have to show you guys that. Another World. This is it's also for the PC, but trust me, if you play the Super Nintendo or the Genesis version or the Mega Drive version, I'm not really sure if there was a Mega Drive version. This game looked great for its time, but the cutscenes, wow! I mean, you had the Super Nintendo, you had like these cutscenes, just like the Genesis or the Mega Drive. Wow, the cutscenes look great. I mean, you can push that on a PC game, you can push it on a CD-ROM, but wow, the cutscenes looked great. So it's a must-have. Oh, I'm not so sure if this PC version is a must-have, but the Super Nintendo one, great, great, great. Next up is Battlefield 2. Trust me, online is this game one of the best. Yes, there's a lot of Battlefields now. You have Battlefield 3 with good online functions, but Battlefield 2, this game, I'm not going to say it technically, sorry. Like I said in my PlayStation 3 video, and then I'm not going to say the word technically, but I mean, Edge had a book called The Top 100 Best Games Ever, and this game was in it. So yeah. Next up is a personal favorite of mine. This is Call of Duty. Yes, when this game came out, I finished this game like 4 times. This game was an experience, people. I enjoyed myself with this game. This game looked great. This game plays great. It doesn't have a booklet, but I don't care. It's about the game itself. I love this game. This is Call of Duty. A personal favorite of mine. Fantastic game. Wow, this game is amazing, but it's also technically amazing. This is Clive Barker's Undying. Another questionable game for a Christian. Check out my PlayStation 2 and my PlayStation 3 collection, where I'm going to talk about games that are questionable for Christians. I'm going to make a different video about what I think about Christians and violent video games. So that will be in a different kind of video. For now, we have Clive Barker's Undying. And this game is good. Maybe it isn't that good. Maybe I should check it out, and then I'm going to determine that the game might not be that good. But for now, Clive Barker's Undying. It's a part of my collection. This is the game Combat Missions. And yes, I'm really terrible at combat mission. But the game is supposed to be pretty good. It won awards. It got like a 93 on PC strategy games, and GameSpot it got like a 9.1. You know, on May 2000. This is a really good game, technically speaking, because it would, or else it wouldn't get high scores. So yeah, Combat Mission. Here is the next game in the list is Deus Ex Invisible War. I already have Deus Ex for the PlayStation 3. Check my PlayStation 3 video where I'm going to show you my collection. This is Deus Ex Invisible War, and it's a, I'm not so sure, is this a sequel to the first one? I don't know. But I've played it, and I got this as a gift from a friend who a lot of times donates me games, you know, because he had this game for free, he had that game for free, and he loved it. He loved it all the way. And he had like 2 versions. He had like a special edition and this one, so he gave this one to me. I still have to play. This game seems a lot interesting. Since I am a all-in-one gamer, I play new games, I play old games, so maybe this game will be fun. Next up is Fahrenheit. This game is one of my all-time favorites, people. Yes, it's like Heavy Rain, like I said in my PlayStation 3 video. It's just like Fahrenheit, and this is Fahrenheit, and it's more like a moments kind of game. I mean, there are some exciting moments into this game, and sometimes you have to investigate, sometimes you have to ask questions to everybody. yeah, this game is great. You have to make choices, and those choices determines when you did something wrong or right. Fahrenheit is a game just like that, and it's also a game you should not forget. But I think the PlayStation 2 version also exists. I think this game is just as good. I think this game is also for the Xbox, but I'm not 100% sure. Go check it out. It's a fun little game. This game, people, is a classic. It's Far Cry. I got this game for really cheap at a toy store. It's a game to have if you want the game that is technically one of the best games ever. Buy Far Cry. It is cheap now. It's not hard to get, and it really plays well. This game is fantastic. You have these islands. You have this massive gameplay. You do so much in the game. You can even how do you say that? You can even glide. If you know what I mean. You can even use a glider. You have all sorts of weapons, and yeah, Far Cry is an amazing game with great level design, fun gameplay. Another game that's questionable for Christians like myself is Fear. So I'm not going to tell you too much about it. I've played it already. I've played it a little bit. This is also a game that came into the top 100 best games ever of Edge. So they probably did it with a reason. This game is good in the presentation, but also in the scary departure. Personally, to be fair, I barely get scared in video games because they're just not real. I mean, you have to see the difference. I mean, come on. I mean, real life and in video games. Seriously. This is Hidden and Dangerous. Back in the day when this game came out, it was a pretty big deal. It was a great game. And here's the very blue, baby blue CD. And when the game came out, this game is great. I still haven't played it yet, but I have it in my collection, so which is great. Here is Leisure Suit Larry, Love for Sale. I don't know. This is your typical cartoony. This is your typical cartoony point and click adventure. You know, just like I showed you with the Pink Panther and Full Throttle. Leisure Suit Larry, Love for Sale is just like this. I think this is part 7 already. Well, that's like a lot of games. And the first one had poor graphics. It was for the Amiga, I think. Yeah, it had like. It had like these old graphics, which is cool because I have an Atari 2600 myself and the games that comes with it. And Leisure Larry Love for Sale is a lot different than, you have like your point and click elements, you go on this boat, you have to make choices, you have to talk to people, and you have to solve puzzles. A fun little game. A game that is also very good, but even better maybe than its sequel, it's Mafia. Yes, I showed you in my PlayStation 3 collection video that I showed you part 2. It's not that great. Part 1 is fantastic. I've played this game. I haven't finished it, but my goodness, this game is amazing for its time back in the day. And it's also one of my personal favorites. Great characters. This is just amazing. A game who's actually my brother's is Need for Speed Carbon. I'm always going to check if the CD is still inside, because if I just do this, you don't really hear the CD going. So if I do this and this and blah blah blah. Okay, this is Need for Speed Carbon. A pretty good Need for Speed game. Maybe not the best Need for Speed game there is, but a good game nonetheless, with actual FMV cutscenes. My younger brother, by the way, is a huge fan of this game. The next game is Operation Flashpoint. This game is also known to be one of the best games ever. Cold War Crisis. The great thing about this game, from what I do remember, is that you create your own tactics. It's your first-person shooter, but there's a lot of RTS elements to it. You can, you can tell your team what to do. You can tell them go there, go there, go there. And this game got really deep, great presentation, it played great, you can do everything. I mean, once you go into a town and you need to infiltrate the town, you can do everything. You can sneak, you can go right ahead, you can get vehicles and stuff like that. This game goes so extremely deep. Another game that's a huge favorite of mine is the sequel to Pink Panther Paspoort naar Avontuur. It's Hocus Pocus Pink. Yet again, it's Dutch. It's the same kind of format. You solve puzzles, you combine items, you help people, you have a storyline, cartoony graphics. You name it, we have it. I'm just going to show you guys this. I bought this game also for pretty cheap at a, a bargain bin where they sell old stuff, and this was one of them. And this game, I don't love this game as much as Pink Panther Passport to Adventure, but this game is just as fun. So yeah, next up is another game that's pretty gruesome. This is Postmortem, another point-and-click adventure, a first person. Here's where you solve puzzles, you talk to people, you solve a crime. You're like a private detective, and you need to solve, crimes and stuff. You need to solve a murder. Yeah, this game got good ratings, mediocre ratings. I don't know, but I had some fun memories with it, so why not just keep it? I need to put this differently. Another classic, people! I can't stop talking about it. Roller Coaster Tycoon. Yeah, this is another classic. But when I was a kid, I played the crap out of this game. My neighbor, who had like a copy of this game, I went to his house a lot of times and I've played this game. You can make your own, roller coaster parks and stuff like that. And this game is a lot of fun. It looks great. It plays great. This game is just fun. You can even create your own, roller coaster. This is really great. You can even and you can make these parks extremely huge if you want. Next up, this game is also known to be one of the best RTSs in the world. Rome Total War. Yes, this game is supposed to be a game that solely changed the real-time strategy. Before this game, the standard RTS elements were like you click a whole bunch, you click a group, you go to another group, and you click on it, and then they start to fight. In here, it actually feels realistic. You have your horses, you have your group of horses. You see a couple of guys there who doesn't have horses, they're on foot. What do? You go with your horses, but instead that they're attacking each other, you can, drive through them, because horses are a lot stronger and faster, and because on foot they're not as fast, so they are getting defeated. So yeah, this is how realistic the game was. If you had horses, you can, drive, and you can actually, go right through them. But these kind of RTSs aren't really for me, but technically speaking, sorry, I'm saying it again, it is great. It's just so good. Next up is another package. I got this as a gift. It is Taito Legends 2. It had a whole bunch of games for all kinds of consoles, for the arcade and stuff like that. It is just a collection of games, and I got this as a gift from somebody. You can play Elevator Action Returns, Don Doki Don, Kicks, Crazy Balloon, Metal Black Puzzle Bobble 2, Ray Mice or something, I don't know. Liquid Kids, Arabian Magic. Maybe some of those games are not known to you. They weren't known to me until I played this game. This game is a great package, but I haven't played it too much because this game is just new. Maybe one day when I have enough time. This is another classic. This game officially came out for the, boxed PC, back in the day. This is Wolfenstein 3D. This is the game that perfectioned the first-person shooter, actually. You already had first-person games, but this is actually one of the first, good first-person shooters. You go places. There was a lot of controversy back in the day, but yeah, officially this game actually came out on the diskette. But this is a explosive, how do you say that? It doesn't really say that. Well, it got re-released or something. Is that how you say it? I really don't know. But it got re-released, and it got re-released on the CD. It works on Windows XP even, so who could say? I've played it with the old sounds. I love it. But yeah, when I saw it for only €5, I couldn't let it there. And the last of my these kind of cases, the last of the collection of these kind of cases, is Worms Battle Pack. There are 3 Worms games to be found. You have Worms 2, Worms Armageddon, and Worms World Party. This is a great package, especially to have Worms 2. When this came out, this game was great. You know, actually, the first Worms was also pretty great. I mean, Worms is just so addictive, you know, and Worms, having 3 great Worms games, and I got this game also as a donation, it's just great to have. So yeah, I haven't really played it that much. You know, a lot of my PC games I haven't played it too much because I'm more of a console gamer, but having them just as a collection is actually great. Now we are going to my boxed PC games. That is truly a lot. First I want to show you my the smallest box of them all. It's the original SimCity box. And I can't really remember how expensive this was, but it wasn't really expensive, you know. It's just a fun thing to have. So yeah. Let's go to my, I'm sorry about this, I'm sorry about it, so unprofessional what I'm doing here. Yes, for my first, it's not really on alphabet, so I'm just going to grab how I've put it. But first I'm going to do the pile with the big PC boxes. It is Ultima Online, the Second Age. Yeah, this is a huge box, let me tell you that. It's one of my uses. What I like about these, you know, boxes, you know, these kind of PC boxes, is that it's nice to collect them. I mean, look at this. There's artwork and everything. It's great and it's huge, and you know, I'm going to open it up because inside you have, you know, this. It doesn't look all that special. Then you open it up and the CD is in. It's not a yeah. This is a CD. So yeah, it's not a diskette. It's a CD. But you know. Let me just. So yeah, this is what I like it about this. You know, it's like as a collector, having these PC games is just awesome to collect. As a collector's item, these PC games are just awesome, and Ultima Online: The Second Age is just awesome to have because it's a big box. So it's perfect for the collector's items. I mean. Right now you have, you know, these cases, and I don't really have the issue with those cases. I mean, this is just more beautiful. It's not practical, but it's, you know, it just looks great just to have, just to collect. It's just beautiful. Another big box, this is truly a big box, is Wing Commander 4, The Price of Freedom. It's another huge box, as you can see. It's a little bit squashed here. I got this from a colleague of mine, and this game got high ratings on the internet. But there was a certain top flop 100 of the worst games ever, and this game was also in it. So I don't know. I have to check the game out because it doesn't work all that perfectly. Well, that's just a prize with FMV games. Most FMV games. I've already talked about FMV games, but most FMV games sometimes won't work on your PC. And most FMV games will, especially the early ones, will ask Windows 3.1. And even then it won't work all that well. This game barely worked on my Windows 98 laptop when it was actually a Windows 95 laptop. But you know, it's a FMV game, you know, and I mean, you slide it right in. You see? It's just awesome. I mean, these are true collector's items. They just look great. I mean, it's just like a Super Nintendo cartridge. I mean, compare it with a CD, and the Super Nintendo cartridge looks always better. Okay, well, this is a huge classic, people. We have Wing Commander 3. Heart of the Tiger. Yes. Another big box, as you can see. And, so I haven't played it. The game barely works on my Windows XP computer, so I will try it on the Windows 98 computer. But for now, it's just cool to have as a collector's item. I wasn't really planning on playing these games all that much anyway, but maybe I will do it in the future. Who could say? Another Wing Commander game. Yeah, this was my colleague sold me a whole bunch of these boxed PC games. Some of them are in another pile I have standing there. We will also check them out. This is Wing Commander Prophecy, another sequel. yeah, what can I say? This game works perfectly on Windows XP, so it was a lot of fun to play. But it's your typical FMV games. Of course, you have your standard gameplay with, the ship. You fly with your ship, you blast things and stuff like that. You can also upgrade your ship, I think. I'm not so even sure. I haven't played this game too much. But you have your standard FMV cutscenes, and it's not really a terrible one. Mark Hamill is in it again as an older man, so that's actually pretty cool. I don't know too much about the Wing Commander series, so I'm sorry if I'm not saying it. I'm sorry if I'm not telling you everything. This is MDK. This is French. Edition Spéciale. Yes. When I was a kid, I used to play the PC version, and I was blown away by the PC version. Yes. So I bought it as a original box. It's also a pretty big box, but there's not a whole lot in it. Let's just here's the instruction manual. It's absolutely black. This is the jewel case of this CD, and that's it. Yeah, it's a childhood game. Let me say. Maybe I should play it again one day. But back in the day, this looked great. So yeah. Okay, this is the other pile of boxed PC games. Next up is Chosen Blood 2. I think this game is satanic, although I'm not 100% sure, so forgive me if I'm wrong. But this is also another questionable game for Christians to have. Await the video, I would say. The video that I'm going to make. Right, the next game is XCOM Apocalypse. I really wanted to buy XCOM Enemy Unknown, Enemy Below or something was the name. That game is one of the best games ever, a lot of people say, because the whole gameplay was different. It was an RTS, but it was sort of like a tactical RTS. I mean, you could click on your characters, and every character did something on their own. While the enemy was attacking, you click on every character. You don't click on a whole group. Or maybe you could do that, but what you could do is just use every character apart from each other. So this one could do this and this one could do that. I think that game was one of the first games that used that kind of system. Like Commandos. A game like Commandos. If you know what Commandos is, that is just like XCOM. But I'm not 100% sure. I haven't played it and I haven't heard too much about it. But that game, XCOM, Enemy Below, Enemy Unknown, is supposed to be one of the best games ever. Because of that whole system that was new and well done and stuff like that. And this is a sequel. I haven't played it too much, but it's a huge game. So I can't really tell too much about it. Here is one of an all-time favorite of mine. I played this as a kid. I even played it like a year ago. Sanitarium. Yeah, this is your standard point-and-click adventure. The graphics look great for its time. The gameplay is pretty good. There's some pretty challenging puzzles in here. But what I liked about the game was the whole atmosphere and the characters you stumble across, the storyline you have. I love this game. When I play this game, it really brings you just great memories. I love this game, like I'm saying already. But this is one of my all-time favorites. That game will definitely go into my top 100 favorite games ever. I'm not kidding. Okay, next up is Planescape Torment. Yes. Also a personal favorite of mine. Sanitarium is a bigger favorite of mine, but Planescape Torment also goes there. It's your typical Baldur's Gate RPG. You take side quests, you talk to people. This is a pretty huge game, and I seriously have to consider to play it again. But I had this game. I had this game for quite some time, and I don't have the booklet anymore, but I do have the jewel case, and all the CDs are there. It's one of my older PC games, if you can believe it. Let me look at this. This just brings back old memories. To look inside and you see these CDs, it just brings back old time. I've played this with a walkthrough, and it was always fun to play. Planescape Torment, I love it. Ooh, next up is also a big favorite of mine. This is Fallout for the PC, the first one. Yes, this is the first one. It is a pretty classic game. This game, I can't really remember what was new in it, but there was something in this game that was new, and I really don't know why. It's sort of like a post-apocalyptic world, I think the system, the aim system was pretty new in this game, because it was like your standard, PC RPG where you need to click, where you need. I'm gonna show you a screenshot here. Here it is, where you can actually go from. You can actually go places. You can take side quests. You can actually train yourself. You can get characters to come with you and stuff like that. You can talk to characters. So yeah, this game is actually. But there was an aiming system where you need to, you could say like, I want to aim the leg, I want to aim the torso, or I want to aim to your head and stuff like that. You could actually do that in this game. You were standing in front of it, and sometimes you need to fight, and sometimes when you were stuck in a battle, you could actually, everybody was going on a turn. It was very turn based. It wasn't like your standard Final Fantasy turn based. No, it was really turn based on the actual battlefield, because once you're going to a bunch of enemies, the enemies are attacking you, and everybody just takes a turn. And when your turn was up, you could actually, you could actually, you could actually hurt somebody, but you could actually choose the body parts you want to hit. So I think that was pretty new in this game. So, sorry that I'm talking a little bit too much. Next up is a very heavy package. This is Secret Weapons of the Luftwaffe. I have showed you this game already in a different kind of video where we just check out the whole package, because there's a lot of stuff in it, a lot of great stuff. This game is, I haven't played this game too much, but it's just fun as a collector's item. Next up is their finest hour. Just like Secret Weapons of the Luftwaffe, it's your typical, I'm going to show this to you guys, it's your typical, flight simulator. And I'm not a huge fan of flight simulators, but just to have this as a collector's item is pretty awesome. Next up is, whoa. I don't want everything to fall down and just break. This is Gunship 2000, a flight simulator, but this time with a helicopter, with a Gunship 2000. I don't know what kind of, oh yeah, a AH-64A Apache. So yeah. I haven't played this game either, because I'm not a huge fan of flight simulators, but I've already said that, so I'm actually Unreal Tournament, people. This game is a classic. This game spawned a lot of sequels, but this game is also one of the better online games. I played this when I was a kid, and people still play it till this day. It's like Counter-Strike. I mean, you really can't go wrong with a game like Unreal Tournament. I mean, come on. And well, it is a best of A4 games, but I don't really mind so much. But this game doesn't have too much. I mean, it has like a box, and when you open it up, the only thing what's in it are the 2 CDs. Yeah, that's all you get. So yeah. Whew. Yeah, we're still not done. Sorry about that. So let's continue. Next up is another great game. This is by some one of the best Star Wars games ever. It's TIE Fighter, and this is a game I still haven't checked out for the PC, but it's just a cool game to have in your collection. Yes, this is also a game that is that uses the diskette, uses the disc, the floppy disk. So not the floppy disk. Sorry, how do you say that in English? I really don't know, but we say diskette. A floppy disk. I don't know. Sorry, I'm going to stop talking now. But yeah, it's your typical space shooter. You fly in space. The graphics look great. Yeah, this is supposed to be a pretty good game, and I haven't played it myself, so I don't know. Another PC game here is Lode Runner Online. I'm not so sure why you would play this online, but what I do know is that Lode Runner is a classic. Lode Runner is like one of those arcade games or console games that is just, you can't really miss it. I mean, this whole system is like the levels are like this, and let me just get it closer. The levels are like this, and you actually you know, you can jump, but you can actually create holes in front of you. So when an enemy comes, you can create a hole, and the enemy falls right in. It doesn't kill them on the instant, but sometimes if you wait long enough, the ground will be back at the place where you just shot a hole in. The ground will be back, and the enemy will be defeated or not. But it depends on if the enemy. But, you know, a hole stays for quite some time, so when an enemy comes, it falls in, and when a ground appears, the enemy gets killed. But what you need to do is just collect gold. You know, like I showed you in this cutscene, you need to collect gold, you know, with your character, but you get enemies after you, so... I really thought that I really needed a Lode Runner game to have in my collection, so... Next up is Blade Runner. This is a point-and-click adventure with shooter element. I haven't played it too much, but back in the day this got high ratings. For its time it looks great, but it also has great gameplay, and it has a lot of atmosphere. If you know the movie, it's just like the movie. I'm not so sure if it has the same storyline. I don't know that, but what I do know is that this game, as a point-and-click adventure, is great. The gameplay is great. There are some puzzles to be done, some action moments, and the whole game has this atmosphere. There was a certain magazine here in Holland that gave this game a 9.8 out of 10. That's really high. But you know, Blade Runner, but just as a collector's item, is just great. And here is a game, another FMV game, a point-and-click adventure, Tex Murphy Overseers. But I do have to tell you this: Tex Murphy is a series. There's already been a bunch of Tex Murphy games, and Tex Murphy Overseer is the third in the installment. It's the third installment in the series. Sorry, my English. Tex Murphy is one of the best FMV series you will ever find, and it works pretty good on my Windows 98 laptop because it is a game from '98. It doesn't really say that on the back, but. Yeah, this game is actually, for an FMV game, is actually pretty good, and maybe one of the best FMV games. Maybe you guys remember Black Dahlia? If you are known with PC games, Black Dahlia is also a pretty good FMV game. For an FMV game, that is, but I don't have it, and I haven't played it too much yet. So yeah, perfect! Okay, that is actually my official collection. Well, no, now that I think about it, it's not my official collection yet. I still have my illegal MS-DOS games. You see? It's yeah, these when I bought a Amiga 500 back in the day, they gave me like 2 caches full of games. Most of them didn't work. Some of them were for the Amiga 500, and these were for the MS-DOS. So I kept them as MS-DOS games. You have Soko Ball and Color Book here. Just give me a few seconds here. Beauty and the Beasts. Yeah, you had like more than Beauty and the Beast. Solar. Lone Wolf. I don't know. I haven't played these games for quite some time, so I don't know what they are. SB Reflex. Don't know what that is. Bolo Ball. And Heretic and Doom 3, but especially Heretic. That's pretty cool. So yeah, I have, that's what I have here as well. This is also my collection, but these are, you know, standard illegal discs. So, Diskette. It's called Diskette, right? That's the name of these things, right? In English. Sorry, I really don't know. But yeah, these are the MS-DOS. These are the other MS-DOS games. We're almost done. Don't worry about it. I'm going to show you this pretty fast. These are not part of my collections. These are the games. These are the PC games that doesn't work. We have Lands of Lore. I've tried them on every. PC format I had. This is Screamer Rally. Doesn't work either. This is Raptor. I played this game when I was a kid, and it is a pretty fun shmup, side-scroller shooter. This is SimCity. I already have SimCity, so you know why not? And besides, this is SimCity. I'm gonna throw it on here. This is Virtual Cop 2. This game doesn't work on all the other things either. And last but seriously not least, this is the first Aido Legends, and this game doesn't work on the other PCs either. I guess I have to try these games on Windows 95 or in DOSBox, but I can tell you this, I'm terrible at DOSBox. So, yeah. Of course, another game that I have for the PC, I've already showed you that in a different kind of video, in my The Witcher 2 Assassins of Kings Limited Special Edition, whatever, check, where we're just going to check what's inside. I've already uploaded that video. So, yeah, The Witcher 2 I have for the PC. Another game, which I don't know what to do, is Sentinel Descendants in Time. There's a lot of dust on it. I'm sorry, I'm going to sweep that away. I mean, who needs a Swiffer, right? To get rid of dust. I'm sorry, the video is almost over. I'm also getting tired and thirsty as well, because I'm talking a lot now. This is Sentinel Descendants in Time. And this game is a first-person point-and-click adventure. A pretty confusing one, to say the least. It has 2 CDs. And I really don't know what to think about it. Maybe I'm going to do it with a walkthrough. This is a typical game that is not in my normal collection because I don't know what to do with it. Because I don't see any other reason to keep this game, rather if it's fun. And if this game is fun enough, I will keep it. Until then. And the next pile that I'm going to show you guys is a pile of games that I just want to sell or give away. This is Singles Flood Up Your Life. It's a weak Sims lookalike. It's a bad game, by the way. Prince of Persia 3D. And you probably wonder, why would you want to give that away? Well, I already have 2 copies, and I don't see any reason to keep this, because I bought this game some time ago, and I got it for free, so I rather keep the the gift and sell this one. Warhammer Dark Omen. It doesn't work on anything, so why keep it if it doesn't work on anything? And Passport to Adventure. This is a game I have double. So, well, maybe you guys are watching for now. If you guys are interested in these games, tell me and I will send it to you. Yeah, you can have these games for free. I mean, I don't mind. I don't mind. The last couple of games that I'm going to show you guys are the games that I don't personally think that they are good enough for the collection. But they're gifts, so I have a different kind of... This is also a different kind of pile. It's Sensible Golf. It's, like this. It's very, easy packed. Paris Dakar Rally. This game doesn't work that well, but it was a gift, so... This is Arcade Collection. There are 2 Sonic games and a Sega Rally game. There's Sonic 3D and Sonic R. Only Sega Rally is great. The other 2, not so much. This is Odysseus. Also easily packed. From my grandpa. Speedboat Attack. Nothing too special. And Prince of Persia. This was the free one. This was the free version. I got as a gift. And this is Emerzone. A point-and-click adventure. Not that special. Not that great. It's not that great. Maybe I'm going to do a playthrough of that game. Or maybe not. I don't know. But Emerzone is a fun little game, I guess. It's nothing too special, nothing too great. It's fine, I guess. I'm sorry it took me so long. Maybe we've already clicked away minutes ago, tens and tens of minutes ago. I really want to thank you guys for watching. I'm still happy, but I'm getting kind of tired. It's also pretty late. I want to wish you guys a God blessings. Thank you so much for watching. This was my PC collection. The big collection coming to an end now. That's good for me, and I hope good for you. Thank you so much. Subscribe if you want. You're more than welcome. See you guys next time with some more gaming videos. Goodbye now, and thanks for watching.